This is the XRP 1-month overview reading for the month of November 2024. It's currently October 29th, 2024, 7:56 p.m. Eastern Time. XRP at the time of this reading is 0.5278, or just a little bit over 52 cents USD. The shuffle video for the November reading was created on August 21st, 2024 at 5:51 p.m. Eastern Time. In this video, we're going to cover the overall trend direction for the month, as well as any important chart events that take place throughout the month. We're also going to cover the week-by-week chart behavior, timing of the peaks and troughs. Then we're going to get into a review of the previous month's reading to give you an idea of what our accuracy really is like. And we're going to give you one of the best trades that we see for the month. The timing, for the most part, is going to be on point to the day, but there will be some cases where the sequence of events, as outlined in the prediction, will remain accurate, but the day might be off plus or minus a day, wiggle room here or there. In other readings, you won't need to plus or minus wiggle room at all. Point being is that you want to follow the sequence of events as outlined by the prediction. When trading this information, you don't want to use price levels as your entry and exits. This is very important. You want to make sure that you're trading with entry and exits based on chart behavior and general timing, but look for the chart behavior. All of that in this video. Stay tuned to watch the review at the end. The overall theme of behavior for the month, we have a rally offering opportunity to open up a short position or close a long position. It's a rally notable on a multi-day scale, on a one-year chart scale even, and it's crossed with at least one point where we do like 3 pokes through the same price level or trend line, followed by a sharp drop off of the third poke. It's usually a horizontal price level, but there are cases where it's like at an angle being a trend line. So there's generally 2 ways that you read the Princess of Wands in that position, in the theme position of a 1 month, is that either we have a rally through the month and then the next month is decline, or more likely we have a rally in the early part of the month followed by a sharp drop, or followed by a decline after that rally in the later part of the month. So we'll look into it in more detail as we progress. Either way, what we're looking at is an opportunity, a trade opportunity on a 1-year chart kind of scale. The behavior around the high side, we have an important price level on a 1-year chart scale highlighted at the November high. Sometimes when you see the signs card in a 1-month high position, depending on what's going on in the one-year reading that corresponds with it, it could be indicating a high, like a year's high or something like that. But this will be an important price level that'll stand out on a 1-year chart scale. We'll look at it in more detail as we progress. And then I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a taste of what some of the information that we get if you're part of it. If you have monthly access subscription on our website, Tarot for Traders, there you get the full version of this video. And I'm going to give you a little bit of that info. Like, one thing that we do, and I don't really talk about it a lot, is we look at the 1-year reading and kind of find our place in the 1-month reading, how it kind of fits in here. And what I'm seeing actually is that in October, we had the later part of October happening in the early part of November happening in late October, the late part of November happening in early November, and then I'm seeing indications of congruencies between early December and the later part of November. So the sequence of events has shifted a little bit. But what's really intriguing is that we've got this Empress card here, and we've also got this Ruin that's a strength card. So out of a decline, a big move from the bottom range to the top of range. We've got that at the high here as well, another indication that we're a little bit more ahead in the sequence of events than maybe we thought so at the beginning of the year. And then we've got the Ace of Swords here, the high card of the 2024 reading. We have high signification here between November and December, probably twice. So based on just that information, I'm able to deduce we should have a really big move here, guys. It may not be a highest high for the year, or rather just a significant high. And by that I mean, like, this is a significant high on a 1-year chart, significant high, significant high, significant high, right? All-time high for the year here, significant, but also high, not all-time, but on a 1-year chart scale, this is the high for 2024, right? So with that said, it might be more like this, but there is a chance that it's going to be all the way up there. So I'm going to mark it off like the possibility there. So if you've got monthly access on our website, Tarot for Traders, then you can just click on any of these ellipses, open up the settings, and go up to text, and it'll give you notes as far as, sometimes it'll give you notes, not all the time, but most of the time it'll give you notes as far as what's advisable to do when the price meets this range. And my expectation is that it's going to be within that range at some point in November. So if you're interested in getting a link to the live updated version of this XRP chart, you'll see in real time all the notes that I make. Generally speaking, they come to fruition. We have entries and exits, you can see. Just started doing it really last month, to be clear. But if you want that, I'm going to tell you how to get that at the end of the video. But basically, based on what I'm deducing between the correspondences on the 1-year reading and the November 1-month reading, my sense is that we'll probably be within that range. So the prudent SO trader is going to look for exit in the most reliable part of the possible area that it will turn around and go south, which is what these reading ellipses are indicating, a bearish reversal somewhere within this range. The smart trader is not going to concern themselves with max gain. They're going to concern themselves with the highest expected probable location of an exit for good profit. Take it and then move on to another good trade. All right, so behavior around the lowest low for the month of November. We should have erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. In the midst of that erratic behavior, we should revisit an opportunity that was recent in the past, either like the prior month in October somewhere, or more likely revisit more than once in the month of November. It also looks like there's a pretty big move to the upside out of the low. Yeah, actually, there's a huge move to the upside out of the low, probably going from the bottom of a range to the top of a range on a 1 month scale, and that move likely starting out of a month's low. All right, guys, now I'm going to give you the day-by-day chart behavior for the month of November. Keep in mind, XRP is one of those really cheap cryptos. It's a low price level, like in the 50s, right? 50 cents range. So those are a little bit more difficult to determine the highest highs and the lowest lows, because you get like a lot of the same back and forth between them. What's important to remember, I'm doing this as a guide, of the sequence of events of chart behavior. So you sometimes need to give it plus or minus a day here or there in the reading, plus or minus here or there a day of wiggle room. It happens sometimes, not in all readings, but occasionally. So what's really important is just follow the sequence of events as outlined by the prediction. Generally speaking, the timing will be pretty accurate, if not all accurate. But there may be cases where we're off by a day. That's why I say use it as a guide. If you want to get into the trades, I highly advise you not to try and do this on your own. It took me years and years to figure out how to trade this properly. It's really nothing like technical analysis. What you want is the live Discord trade alerts and the live updated trading view charts, all part of the early access subscription on our website, Terra for Traders. That's how you the best way to trade this stuff until you figure out how to do it on your own. But you do that by following the trade alerts. So on the first, we have pretty notable, a prominent peak on a 1 month scale, or on a multi-day scale, where we have a failed attempt to break the key resistance and then a decline through key support into a significant decline towards the end of the day. A rally out of that decline on the second turns around and heads south. It increases with the momentum moving forward in time and then turns around and heads south. And then we have a lot of price change on the third, an important resistance level on a multi-day scale, probably on a 1 year chart scale highlighted there, and probably a lot of price change into and or out of it. I'm advised not to chase a rally into a peak there on the cusp of the third, fourth. We should move flat, sort of like flat on the fourth, and then towards the end of the day, matter of fact, we have like 3 pokes through the same price level there on the fourth, followed by a sharp drop at the end of the day. And then another big move after some sideways rotation on the fifth, another big move to the upside, and then more sideways rotation at a higher price level with another prominent peak and a prominent trough on a multi-day scale taking place on the fifth. Another prominent peak on the 6th with a lot of price change within a period of volatility. That period of volatility continues into the 7th, but ends with a fast sudden move higher somewhere around the 7th, and then after that fast sudden move higher, ending matter of fact, in there on the 7th, hard to say if it's before or after that fast sudden move higher, there should be a sideways fluctuating decline preceding a rally. On the 8th, we have another move to the upside offering opportunity to open up a long or close a short, which again, follow the trade alerts in real time is the best way to do it. Pretty big move to the upside taking place on the 8th into the 9th, where we have an important price level on a 1 year chart scale that we can rotate sideways along. Prominent peak on a 1 month scale there on the 9th as well. On the 10th, we have a breakout with an opportunity to close along and open up a short as well, a cash out opportunity towards the end of the day, something I might talk about more in the paid version if it appears to be one of the most solid of the trades. On the 11th, we have a near overbought crest that we sell off from through multiple support levels, and then an unexpected move probably after significant decline into the 12th, an unexpected move to the upside towards the end of the day on the 12th or maybe on the 13th. The 13th, be careful, there's a intentional fake out or shake out, some sort of chart behavior that's intended to make us do the wrong thing, like a falsely triggered indicator or something like that. There's a rally that turns over with forming a crest on the 14th, another cash out opportunity there around the 14th, end of day. On the 15th, a sideways S formation within a channel. We go from probably a peak on the 14th into a trough towards the end of the day on the 15th, and then big move to the upside on the 16th, back to a prominent peak on a multi-day scale. A lot of price change on the 17th, looks like a sideways fluctuating decline. Hard to say exactly on the 17th, but a lot of price change indicated there, and an important support level on a multi-day scale should be highlighted. And then we decline on the 18th to revisit the support level we recently saw once before, probably from the 17th. More decline on the 19th. Oh, and then out of the decline on the 18th, we have sideways rotation, big move higher, and then more sideways rotation. A sharp decline again on the 19th, followed by a big move from the bottom of the range all the way to the top of the range on the 20th. That move higher turns over with the fast move higher, and then a breakdown through a diagonal trend line leading into a trough on the 21st. Sideways rotation into the 22nd, and then a big move to the upside out of an important peak or important trough. A big move to the upside out of an important trough on a multi-day scale, probably a 1 year chart scale there on the cusp of the 22nd, 23rd, with a big move out of it. probably a breakout, taking us to an important technical price level on a multi-day scale at an important peak towards the end of the day on the 23rd. We bump along resistance sideways, maybe even break through some resistance, but continue bumping along resistance sideways on the 24th. And then there's a peak, a notable peak on a multi-day scale highlighted on the 25th that we sell off from pretty sharply. Looks like it's probably towards the cusp of the 25th, 26th. Sell off from it pretty sharply. There's an important trough and peak around the 25th, 26th. Sideways rotation on the 26th, turning into another big move to the upside on the 27th. A trough on the 28th with another big move to the upside out of it, taking us into another peak on the 29th within a period of volatility. And there's also a sharp drop within that period of volatility, so be careful of that. A decline through multiple support levels on the 30th, and then the sneak preview for January is a decline increasing with momentum moving forward in time. That doesn't mean the whole month of January is to the downside, but there should be a notable point at which in January we have a decline increasing with momentum moving forward in time, and we'd look at that in more detail in January's reading. Now I'm going to give you one of the best trades that I see for the month of November, but before we do that, let's take a look at how we did in October thus far and what the trades look like. Then we'll come back and we'll give you that trade, so stay tuned. After that, I'll tell you how to get the early access subscription, which gives you access to all of these trades and all of these other important real-time tools that help you to succeed trading SOM analysis. So stay tuned for all that, my friends. Let's get into it. All right, so let's go all the way back to September, where at the end of the month we had this peak that we sold off from through multiple supports into a decline through multiple support levels predicted to take place in October. And you can see that that carried over perfectly right into a low taking place on the 3rd. And that's where we advised on the real-time updated trading view chart to enter into a long position. We advised to exit a long position here when the price reaches within this price range, and we tapped into that price range there on the 7th, where we had this big move from the bottom of the range all the way to the top of the range, right? If not only momentarily. Yeah, and then on the 17th, we had this decline from a resistance level important on a multi-day scale, right? Which is this resistance right here, 54 cents, 54.82, right? That was the 17th, the Ace of Swords. Now, what's interesting, guys, so you would have closed out of the long there for a quick overnight swing. That was pretty solid, and you would have possibly opened up a short here to close shorts here. This was all solid. These trades were super, super solid. That's the 26th. Right here on the 26th, we have a low for the month here circled on the 26th. These circles you only get on the paid version of the video. You notice that you don't see them in the November reading, but in the paid version, which continues after this public version, you'll see where the highs and the lowest lows are. In any case, this is apparently an opportunity to open up a long position. You can see how that really transpired thus far. What's important to point out is that this Ace of Swords, generally speaking, when you see the Ace of Swords, you'll decline from it and then return to it, which I guess we kind of did right here just about. But there is a good chance that we come back to this price level. Let's make it down here just to be on the safe, it'll be a little safer. There's a pretty good chance that we return back to this price level in a not too distant future. So we had a highest high. Looks like there was a couple places, it was hard to determine exactly, but there's a couple places where it's most likely to be here around the highest high for the month of October, or around the 8th, 9th. So we were off by that. And then because that didn't end up being the highest high, then this became a lot more probable, the 17th and 18th. And you can see how that pretty much ended up being settled. So those were the two locations where we expected it to take place. This is why you don't trade we're right all the time, because sometimes there's alternate paths that could be taken. And that's why the best way to trade this stuff is in real time, following the live Discord trade alerts and live updated trading view charts, because I've been following the S&P 500 and all these stocks for years and years and years, looking at charts, looking at cards, looking at charts, looking at cards, looking at charts, looking at cards. I'm the only person who did it for 25 years. 25 years. So just follow the Discord and make it easy for yourself. I did all the hard work figuring it out. In any case, this looks like a pretty solid reading, and the theme card was a sideways S formation within a channel. I'll also point out what that is, right? A sideways S formation within a channel. Decline from resistance, reverse go from resistance to support. Decline from resistance, meet support, reverse go back to resistance, reverse go back to support. Usually, it's horizontal, you'll come all the way back into second resistance to the same resistance, but when there's a strong downward trend, you'll get like a downward version of the sideways S, which looks like it's kind of taken place, at least there for the time being. This was a super solid reading, guys. If you're wondering, the S&P 500 shuffle file, if you're wondering, the October XRP shuffle file was created on August 4th, 2024 at 6:56 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so let's give you one of the best trades that I see for the month. And then I'll tell you guys how to get the monthly access subscription after that. Stay tuned. All right, so we definitely want to take into account that the theme here for the month of November is the Princess of Wands. Again, an opportunity to open up a short position and close a long position within the midst of a notable rally on a multi-day scale, or on a one-year chart scale in the case of it being here in the theme position. So that's what we want to look to do, is take profits. And then as far as where the highest highs and the lowest lows are as well, the highest high and the lowest low for the month of November, again, something in the paid version. All right, so probably one of the best trades that I see, it's actually here at the end of the month. the ace of wands. So, and I'm going to give you a little bit of the chart behavior leading into where the entry and the exit are. That way you watch for the chart behavior as a signal to get poised for the entry. If that chart behavior does not pan out as expected, then you don't enter the trade. Hopefully that makes sense to people, right? So if what I described to take place before entry takes place, then at entry, jump in, follow the trade as advised, and follow, keep an eye on Discord trade alerts in case any changes come to mind or anything like that. But what you want to do is in the midst of this, so we should have a peak on the 26th that with the sideways fluctuating decline out of it throughout the 26th, leading to sideways rotation, and then a big move to the upside on the 27th, which should turn over and bring us to a trough early in the day on the 28th. And out of that trough, we have a big move to the upside, taking us to a prominent peak towards the end of the day there, and if not the end of the day, then it would most likely be on the 29th, but probably towards the end of the day on the 28th. So the entry is on the 28th, and the exit is in the following month or the very next day. You have your pick. If it's the following month, you'll have to wait for the exit to be described in the next version or in the next video. But you could enter into a short position in the midst of a peak. So the trough here in the morning on the 28th, after a big move to the upside, that turns over and brings us back down to a trough early in the day on the 28th. If you see a rally out of that trough into an important price level, possibly like close to highs, then I would say that's where you want to open up a short, and you close a short the next day. If you want to do an overnight swing within a period of volatility, there should be a sharp drop that'll stand out in that period of volatility, and that's where you would want to exit out. Or you hold it, like I said, into the following month, because it does look like it probably goes lower there. And that's XRP for November 2024. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Oh, and if you're interested in that, for those of you that are interested in the monthly access subscription, our most popular subscription on the channel right now, you want to go to our website, tarotfortraders.com, hover over order now, click on subscriptions, and it's a center subscription, monthly access, 30 days, early access to our this gives you early access to our public readings, early access to everything you get in early access. Plus, it also gives you the Discord trade alerts. So why the monthly access subscription is so valuable is not just because you get notice ahead of time of what trades we're seeing or expecting to take place, as well as the timing of the highs and the lows for the month. We're usually spot on with those. Not always, but usually. You get that all in the paid version, but the really, really powerful tool is our Discord channel, guys. At monthly access subscription, you get access to trade alerts for all of these crypto and ticker symbols right here: Apple, Amazon, Bitcoin, gold, Google, Meta, Nvidia, oil, which we're going to change that to USO actually. USO, Shitcoin, Solana, Theta, Tesla, the VIX, and XRP. All of those are covered on a monthly basis by the day with the best trades predicted ahead of time, the highest highs and the lowest lows time to the day, as well as a ton of valuable information where you get these live Discord trade alerts taking place in real time. And at the top of each one of these channels is a pinned link to our live updated trading view chart for. All right, so the link in the Amazon Discord channel, for instance, when you click on it, it takes you to the live updated Amazon chart where you'll see there's drawings here as well. When I see an entry, a clear entry, like right here, this was an entry, this was an exit, and we left a little on the table, but not much as far as like a short-term trade, a really, really solid trade. And that's an example. All this stuff in real time, guys, as part of the subscription. And those two tools combined are what make it super, super valuable and much easier for somebody to trade and actually make money. Not to mention take advantage of the superior edge that SO Meta analysis gives anybody who's able to trade it properly. So with that said, guys, thank you for watching. Much love and appreciation to everybody watching. Those of you that sign up, those of you that don't, love you both the same. I'll see you guys on the next one. And remember, most importantly, follow through on that rule of karma. Much love and appreciation for those that do. Blessings to all my angel investors. I will see you guys on the next one.